Hey guys. Hey Gary. Hey Raven. Mad Jax. Ravenclaw, Infinite One, Spirit Walker, Tony P, Chosen, what's up? Rhonda McDermott, Gary again, K Ravenclaw, Spiritual Being. Brian, thank you so much again. You don't really have to do this. I feel bad, but I don't feel that bad. I'm getting to really, it's such good coffee. I opened up a bag of Freight Train stuff. Freight Train really rocks. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. So I'm not using my camera today. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I'm using the regular. This is the regular thing that the computer comes with, and it's very uncomplicated, and it shows you everything, but it's kind of like flat. I can't describe it, but I mean it doesn't really focus the way a real camera does that has a lens. I mean, this is a flat thing, surface. But I talked to B&H yesterday, and I figured out, hopefully I figured out what the problem is. So I don't have the what I need to really make a decent shot in daytime light. So I'm just going to use this for now. Hey, Kate. Hey, Mindy. Catfish. Edward, 4T, Prisms, Infant, Brenda, Gregory, Irma. What's up, Irma? Awaken One, Rick S. Hey, Rick, Gregory. All right, we got everybody's here. Yeah, everybody who's anybody, or anybody who's everybody, or something like that. Okay, I want to revisit a couple of posts from yesterday that I think are, all these things sort of require multiple. You have to look at them a couple times at least. I mean, I'm not really a decoder. I don't really get down to the nitty gritty, but I'm starting to see how they decode these things, and it's pretty interesting. We are all somebody. Yeah, absolutely. I'm referring to a joke in Hasidic circles that in Hasidus, everybody wants to be a nobody. It's considered a high level if you have no ego. So, I'm just laughing because there's a Hasidic joke that goes like this, that all the big shots were going around saying, like I'm a nobody, because it's high level to think you're a nobody because you don't have an ego. And some newcomer, a new guy comes in and he goes, well, I'm a nobody too, and they all look at him like, look who thinks he's a nobody. I mean, you had to be there, I guess. But I think the new ones, I'm trying to reach out more. I mean, it's kind of it's real warfare dealing with YouTube. I was talking to Catherine Edwards this morning. She also has a channel, and we started talking to each other recently through Nirmala. And it's nice to talk to another a content creator, but she had 50,000 peeps, and they took down her channel. And it's really, she's saying it's really hard to make a living. That's why she is also on the ASEA bandwagon, and she's thinking about. I already am on Life Waves, but she's into it. And I got to tell you guys, Purium is amazing. I got up this morning. I threw in all these like fruits that I wouldn't eat ordinarily. I bought 10 oranges, man, but I don't touch them. They're too sour for some reason. I right now, whatever. So I put everything in the blender with the Purium, with the powder, and that was a great breakfast. I would definitely recommend it. It's definitely a good thing. And I also recommend the idea of, having this, there's a word for it, social, some kind of, to have a business that's involved with what you're doing anyway. I mean, you're always online, you're always reaching out to people. Why not, start a little business? So I know Jay if you're interested in, doing anything with ASEA, Jay is a very aggressive and successful business person who will help you. I mean, he's amazing. He will he will really get you started. And so too with Ian on Porium, man. The guy is relentless. I mean, he's all over the place. He's all, he loves the product so much, and it's really a great product. Gosh, I really struggle with what to eat. I've been struggling with what to eat, and now it kind of puts me in a different framework now that I have this Porium. Because, like, I noticed my second meal today was like a salad. I don't usually eat salads, but somehow it got me in that frame of thinking. Whatever. Anyway, so at night for dessert, yeah. But you might live in a place where I don't know, the last batch of oranges I got were very sour. Beef, chicken, good. Yeah. No, I still eat meat. I'm not saying what blah. What kind of name is blah? Silky, blah and silky. I did beauty control, but do not want to do it. Multi-level's not for me. Right. No, it's not for everyone. It's definitely not for everyone. But for some people who are like hanging out and they don't really have what to do and they want to get started with something that will bring in some income, it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard. I mean, it's easier for me because I have this channel. But on the other hand, you guys could also start channels. I mean, I'm just saying. But if salad is rabbit food for going down the rabbit hole. Yeah, yeah. I like it though. I mean, listen, I had rice. I put everything in it. I had rice. I had chickpeas that I boiled up. I had fresh garlic, fresh ginger, some baby bok choy leaves I threw in there, an egg, soy sauce, a little soy sauce, and I put a couple olives just to make it. Brian sent me some spiced olives that are really good. I put a couple of those in there, and man, I ate the whole thing. I'm not always like that interested in food, but yeah, it's not an idea. It's not a bad idea to start. If it's nice to have things to work on, and one thing leads to another. So, buenos dias. Yeah, Guten Morgen. Oven baked kale with sea salt. That sounds good, Raven. There are a lot of these sales channels, yeah. But it's really the thing that we are selling right now at the end of the day is the Great Awakening, is to try to reach out to people and sometimes helping them with their diet could be just the thing they need to get them into the ascension process and into like working on themselves. And hey, Diddy Mouse. Making rice from plastic. Yeah, I see. Yeah. Yeah, you're lucky you have a garden, man. Us made nachos. Yeah, homemade nachos. Wow. Turkey keeps having earthquakes, right? Smoke break. Smoked brisket and smoked chicken. Yeah, that's good stuff. All right, so I couldn't start my own channel. I got shut down because I wouldn't back. What with I think about it. Yeah, so you have to be. I mean, if you want to do a channel, you have to be undercover. Yeah, I mean, you can't. They'll take you down. I mean, they're taking me down. I don't know. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on the other channel. But that's why, like, I'm trying to. I was talking to Catherine also. She says she can't depend on YouTube for an income, so that's why she sells ASEA, and she can't sell Purium in England for some reason. They don't allow it, or everything is so restricted and censored and played with. Brine pickles. Yeah, we have great pickles in New York. Probably all over now. Clarksville, man. I used to live near Clarksville. I used to live on God, it's on the tip of my tongue. Something road. Yeah, something road. Red Binkley Road, I think it was. Maybe Red Binkley Road. And we had a pear tree that all the neighbors would try to get our pears. It was an interesting neighborhood. We're all connected, absolutely. Corrupticut, yeah. Clarksville. It was Red Binkley Road I lived on. It was off, I forget what highway it was, but it was, north of Nashville, right? On the way to the town in Kentucky. I just bought some kosher kimchi, but it makes me think of the Army base north of Clarksville. I think it is. I think it's Clarksville that I live nearby. Red Binkley Road, yeah. With my second wife, man, she out in the country with a witch. It's quite an interesting couple of years. Castro is keeping us on the brink. Road down to Nashville, yeah. Good clarity. Okay, well, I'm using the computer camera today in the light, even though I'm last trained to Clarksville, right? All right. So anyway, so here's this post on February 6th. It's a 3-year delta. It says it's time to wake up. Now, it's time to wake up. That's from a Twitter post. That leads to the next thing is this post. Now I'm starting to understand how they do this. So Mr. T put out a thing about the Pulitzer board should have long ago rescinded awards given to the Washington Compost. He's such a character. Known to some as the Washington Post and failing New York Times for their fake stories on Russia hoax. However, Pulitzer refuses to do the right thing. The hoax now has been further exposed by the devastating, irrefutable piece in the Columbia Journalism Review, and Pulitzer has no comment. I am suing the Pulitzer board to set the record straight and continue fighting for truth in America. So that phrase, continue fighting for America, the way it's capitalized, goes to a 17 post that says they are fighting for their lives. That meaning the Pulitzer and that ilk, they're fighting for their lives. So that's probably more like the real situation. Now, Pulitzer, I don't know. They're like Nobel, I think. I think Pulitzer started selling dynamite or something, or gunpowder. Wasn't he an explosives guy, and he made a lot of money and he wanted to give it back to humanity and see what he's doing with it? Wait, this is not a lot of, usually there's a lot more on this channel. Let me just see what's going on here. I checked out the economy is kind of like it's going down a little bit. The airplanes, they're up. Chess moves placed long ago. All right, so I'm not getting crazy wild cool intel here. Kyle Seraphin, you want to know what the woman who runs the entire FBI Human Resources Security and Training Division sounds like? I'm not gonna. I'm having a problem downloading. They're not seeming to. I don't know what's going on with the intel here. It seems to be, let's see what Whiplash is doing. Okay, this is an old post too. Breaking, there are multiple cracks in the dam in Turkey after the massive earthquakes. Reports of the dam, one of the largest in the world, will collapse. Turkey flipping on the naughty ones. Armenia, Lake 7, Hadzarin River, BTC, Bank of America is prepared for U.S. default. Biden's State of the Union begins. You, the people, will build and rebuild the world after the destruction of the old guard. Birthday boy checking in. All right, Alex Fox. Right. Not everyone can eat meat. You can eat eggs. Yeah, I had an egg. I had one egg. Bison is amazing and clean. Yeah. I have access to bison. I think the next time I buy some meat, I'm going to get some bison. That's interesting. I'll take a lean against the house and buy some eggs, right? Yeah, nothing is cheap. Oh, your girlfriend is allergic to red meat from a tick. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, let's see. I'm just not, all the intel is, nothing is like coming in new. The Line, the last chance to make the best investment of your life. The Line is a proposed smart linear city in Saudi Arabia in Neom Tabuk, which is designed to have no cars, streets, or carbon emissions. The 170-kilometer, 110-mile-long city is part of Saudi Vision 2030 project, which Saudi Arabia claims will create 380,000 jobs and add 48 billion to the country's GOP. It's a $500 billion project, and it looks très cool. So it's really, it looks on the map, it looks great too. All right, so it's really nothing, not seeing any serious, a lot of investments on Whiplash. Wait, I don't know why it's so quiet today on the Intel channels. Yeah, let's see what Bloodlines, 3:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ew. They show feeding frogs. Oh, they're feeding frogs. They're giving food to frogs. They can't help themselves. To be in the club, there must be personal sacrifices. To be in the elite club, you don't even want to know what they do. They turned hospitals into the opposite of life and brought silence with money. People wanted to be saved, were taken out. Medicine was a cover, and we're wrong for seeing the truth. We're crazy because you're too blind, cowardly to figure it out. those crazy 17 people may be onto something. Just saying. That's from Vincent Kennedy. It's a picture of the Grammys. Oh, yeah, the Grammys have gone full Satan worship. Here's a list of politicians that gave that. Here's a list of politicians who received donations from FTX. Tonight's moon. I don't think that's tonight, though, is it? I think it's like last night. I don't know. I don't know if the internet is. Doesn't seem like. GM. Hey, Chris. Defenses for the State of the Union. I don't believe it. Pine tastes good, and it's good for you. Pine Needle Juncture every day. The JFK Memorial is a giant. Yeah. Hi, frogs. Late for the party. Let's rock. Please talk about the CBDC. Didn't hear that about Clapton. Gin and tonic. Yeah. I hear that works to help after being vaxxed. Yeah. Full moon last night. Eggs, maybe. Interesting. All right. I'm struggling to find anything to even talk about. What's this? I think they're saying that joke. Okay, here's the joke. I think the animals were sent from heaven to spy on you. What do you think? I agree because my dog got dirt on me for sure. Regardless, pets love unconditionally. Yes, indeed. Internet Starlink. I only do spaghetti. I mean, I'm just not really seeing anything of real. Let me go to the White Hats. I don't think she has anything either. No, it's the same. The EMT cables, the balloons, Eco Alliance, corrupt, balloons. In the future, as Mr. T will make public world peace with the country R, the country C, North Korea, and T will be the biggest part of the puzzle to stopping the nuclear full destruction event. It will be clear to 17 people, world freedom fighters, that Mr. T, Mr. P, Mr. X, and Modi from India, Bin Salman, we're all working together and bringing down their deep state in their countries together through the massive military world alliance operations. Only when all the 13 bloodline families will be removed and they're exposed through military operations and coming tribunals. Only then. So in the future, they'll make public world peace, and then all the naughty ones will be removed through military tribunals. And only then will Mr. T and the world come back into peace, and real digital gold-backed U.S. system will be in place and connect to the rest of the world. In the golden age, everything is connected. The storm is upon us. Okay? interesting. I mean, sometimes okay, this is a post that I thought was really good. We read this yesterday, but let's just check it again. I mean, is anyone seeing anything out there in terms of information? Check out Crypto Hulk. Yeah, March 20th. Yeah, they've been talking about March 20th, April 1st, February 13th, Friday. I'm sorry, White House grandpa says Friday we'll know something is going on. It just seems really quiet right now. The big topic behind closed doors at the Davis Group gathering was the fact that almost every European country has denied the evil ones any kind of so here's about okay. So you were asking about the digital thing, the digital banking system. It's going over like a lead balloon. It's just not happening because nobody wants it. They control the world banking systems and wanted to secure the digital banking system and implement full digital control of all money across the world, were denied installing the European digital banking system. It hit the Davis leaders hard. So this whole system was belly up. It's not happening. A lot of people spent a lot of time in fear talking about the new digital banking system. It just didn't go over. In the wake of the bad news, the Davis leaders were also informed that the alliance operations were targeting our boy Georgie S. And that the alliance was coming after all of them, coming after the rocker people, the three-letter agencies, the five-sided building, and half of U.S. corporations through BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, Fortune 500. They're going down, but the Davis Group can't let go of China because they're heavily invested in the second largest oil company in China. As they all enter the kill box, the heat is on the hammer, dropping as JB files Hunter laptop contain keys, classified files to connect to European top officials and corruption laundering. T publicly goes after S, George S, and Congress will investigate the connections leading to the Davis Group and all these foundations. The massive military alliance sting operation are headed to military tribunals and world crimes. Hundreds of top officials in bank financing sectors are well aware that they're all in trouble, and their connection to the pandemic, I said it. These things, the collapse of this laundering, these are the reasons why top EU officials, banking sectors, and the European countries have denied the globalist digital banking system installation. It hasn't happened. And the three-letter agencies, but safeguards are in place to see the collapse of their plan. I have explained this last year that there will be a U.S. digital banking system installed by the bad guys. So there will be something installed, but it will fail and connected to exposure. The second gold-backed digital banking system will be connected to Mr. T unveiling in his presidency. As nuclear events come closer and the U.S. currency upgrading in is upgrading its defense sirens, air raid sirens through the several cities, and the military upgrading its tornado sirens. The huge world nuclear event looms closer and closer. Mr. T prepares the nation by telling everyone he will create a huge missile defense system like Israel, but he's actually telling everyone there will be a huge attempted attack on the US by Russia and China and North Korea. This is a huge part of the reason top officials, leaders are denying the digital banking system, controlled fiat money system in their attempt to install a digital system. Many top leaders in the banking sectors are informed by military intelligence, white hats, of events coming. That's why the latest meeting in Davos was a mess behind the scenes as the panic and pain sets in. I look. This is a very important post, I think. So it is highly expected as through the U.S., as major cities like New York, Los Angeles, San Diego, Albuquerque are all installing these sirens. The military is also upgrading the tornado sirens as we come closer to nuclear events, the massive cyber attacks, the 10 days of darkness that had long been predicted, and all branches of the military and the highest levels are practicing procedures and protocols for United States going under military control and command. T is also preparing the United States for the incoming event that has been dropping info on creating and building a missile defense shield over the U.S., much like Israel's Iron Dome. T is trying to tell you that this attack from the country R, C, and I think they meant North K, that we are coming very close to the event. But you must remember, I've been telling you for so long that it's the alliance is staging this event. The three events will lead to the fall of the DS military inside SCOTUS, Pentagon black hats at the highest levels. The long-awaited event leads to an investigation by the military into who was responsible for the war conflict and massive misinformation that triggered a near-death global nuclear event. The investigation is the door to tribunals. Military intelligence white hats will forward from all white hats and departments of operations connected to the globalists, all being part of the facilitators of the tribunals. No dates, only events. The only way is military. So, I mean, that's an amazing post. We're heading for events that will bring military tribunals after the exposure of the bad guys. I said the black hats. Let's call them the black hats for now. These events were long foretold in 17, the Storm Rider. Behind the scenes through all the countries, EU, Canada, UK, Australia, the militaries are divided between black hats and white hats. Arrest wars that will come after a current exposure happening through the world connected to the military event that took place, and the false flag and U was created. Also, everything is connected. Laundering in the war to end all wars. It's happening and will connect to exposure of the world DS that created this thing. Wars, 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 and lots of wars. Warmongering for profit. Cover up is to create confusion. Hold on tight, patriots. Buckle up, buttercups. The world is connected. Have faith. Military white hat military alliance have procedures in place to avoid the use of nukes, but we will come to the edge of MAD, mutual assured destruction, near death civilization event. We'll come close. During the weekend, our children are protected by their parents. Interesting. Santa Surfing had great. Oh yeah, Santa Surf is up again. That's interesting. That's interesting. I used to listen to her all the time when I first started. Thanks, my starling. I'll post that. I definitely like to encourage people to follow her. She's doing a lot of good stuff. Reptiles in here. Yeah, I was listening to Santa when I had 13 subscribers, and I was always, getting really good info from her. Reptiles and Eardo. Hippie says thanks. What was that? I'm hearing the little pitter patter of my cell phone somewhere. I'm sorry, there's a little new info coming out. I'm having to go over old stuff, but it's still pretty fresh. I'm checking again. It's really surprisingly quiet. It's Tuesday. There's going to be a big speech tonight. Let's see. Okay, let me just check this again. Nothing on Tyranny. He's usually my main source of info. He must be having a checkup or something. Okay, let's check the best channel on Telegram, the Kabbalah Guru family chat, Intel chats. Okay, this is an interesting post. Oh, there are a couple of interesting posts. I think I might have even posted these. Got to stop with not saying who the 13 families are. Their names have been put out, and whoever is in Italy, they're supposed to have been taken out, the 13 families, in 2017. Something is waiting just around the corner. An event unprecedented in human history is about to unfold, and it will make everything else, everything is important now, obsolete. Whether it is faked or real is irrelevant. It will change everything. Eyes on the Vatican. That's interesting. This is from our channel. A lot of things about the little ones. This is six earthquakes in Iran. Connect the dots. The official map of the course of the new Silk Road shows, I'm not going to mention the cities, but the route marked with an arrow actually shows us the course of the earthquakes that were reported months ago. So they're blowing up sounds like the new Silk Road for traffics. Question, is the Silk Road a double project? And the official road that runs above and below it is the course of the DUMS and tunnel system. 1 + 1 is 2. So obviously, former quakes in that region, it's all about the kids. Where we go one, we go all. Trust the plan. Military is the only way. Keep fighting what they're doing to the little ones. That's what this is really all about. This is a great post. I think I might even put this out. I found this somewhere. Ultra peppy lives matter. It must be emphasized continually that if you do not have a firm foundation of peace and hope in God, then you will almost certainly be washed away by the painful and often chaotic tremors echoing across the world right now. Everything may seem distressing until you truly realize that God is in control. Yeah, we got to hold on. Talking about the bankruptcy of the U.S. back in the 1800s. I'm gonna. Well, that post is already on the Intel channel. So where am I going to put it? BRICS gene decode. This is some kind of a summary. It says BRICS is being used to implement JASARA globally. BRICS linked to Starlink, QFS, Charlie Ward. China is the leader of BRICS with 1.5 billion people. They're doing deals. China and the country are. India's also with 1.5 billion people. So that's 3 billion people off the deep state US fiat debt note. Russia came on board with oil, and instead of using the deep state US, they use gold-backed currency with India and China. That's the secret QFS hidden behind the scenes, asset-backed currency. So that's BRICS. We're seeing the complete collapse of the old system. The gold-backed US dollar, the US note, will be replaced by the US note, is expected to go live this week, but will take 9 months to roll out. As of 2/1/23, the paper dollar, euro, and pound are worth nothing. Exciting 3 months of transition. When the US note goes live, it will not be public, but behind the scenes. This is when JASARA NASARA kicks in. We're seeing the complete collapse of the tax systems, IRS, and internal revenue. That's pretty cool, right? Hippies do matter. Janice Quesarasara. Beet juice, man. Yeah, I have a milk carton strapped to the back of my bicycle. I can fit 2 or 3 containers of beet juice and other things. They actually deliver at Stop and Shop, but I like to ride with everything. I've been upgrading my my basket. I had it affixed with bungee cords, but the bungee cords were wobbly, so sometimes if I took a turn to or hit something, the whole thing would go off. So now I have it on with small ropes. So I'm set, man. The only thing that keeps me back is the rain. If it rains, it's hard to get to the grocery store. But other than that, I'm good to go. I'm happy I don't have to deal with a car. All right. I think the greatest human secret, Elon Musk, the debt clock. Haley Stuff Co. Cool, man. Supporting the channel. Yeah, this is a pretty cool. Our intel is right now is the best on Telegram that I'm finding. 100,000 missing little ones per day. Per day. I mean, I don't know if that's even close to true, but even if it's half of that or a third of that or a hundredth of that, that's horrible. 100,000 missing children a day. 8 million missing a year. Hmm. All right. I think we'll call it till tonight. All right, guys. We'll see you in a couple hours. And it looks, I don't know what it's like in your part of the world, but it's quite pretty in New York. I think it's warm out. It's not, we don't have a huge wind like we did yesterday. And I'm not seeing a lot of intel. I don't know why. I'm kind of surprised for where we're holding right now. But maybe that's a sign of something else. The fact that we're not seeing a lot of information. Hippies do matter. A lot of old hippies on this channel. Yeah. Yep. Well, okay, let's see. I think that's it. Okay, guys, so we'll see you at what's tonight? Tonight is 7:45, and I think there's a video that's coming out. Don't forget, if you have it in mind, check out call Jay. Now, I'm telling you, if you want to go into business, Jay will back you up. He will help you out 100%, and that's huge because trying to do it on your own is too hard. Life Waves too. I think Life Waves a little slower, but Purium also totally cool product. I totally recommend. I'm sorry to have to be like hawking it, but I'm like I'm talking to my friends about what's going on YouTube. I just don't know. I don't know when the white hats are going to really drop the net on those guys, but I wish they would do it already because we need free speech in the world. It's just it's a shame that I have to continually dodge these bullets, but who knows? Maybe I'll win a big bunch of money from my lawsuit against the Department of Education and not have to worry about it so much. But in the meantime, if you can support the channel, if you're interested, if you need a business, if you need some health products that I use that I think they're really good, do it. we'll have the channel. Our regular channel should be back, God willing, on Wednesday, I hope. I don't know if I may keep this channel for live broadcasts. I don't know. I don't know the best way to divide it. I will have one strike against that channel on Wednesday because one of the strikes is going to be removed. I have two strikes on the channel. Actually, well, yeah. So I might be in a slight, I might have a slight edge, but a lot of people weren't able to find this channel when we switched. So I don't know. I almost feel like I should start a third channel now, just in case these two channels have any issues. But right now we have two pretty solid channels. My friend Catherine Edwards is saying they took down channel 50,000. I mean, I have 1,000 videos on these channels. They'll just, God forbid. But this is war. I mean, I take this pretty seriously. I really think it's what we're doing is like, I think in historical perspective, I think in a couple of years, people are going to look back, and it's not just me, it's all of us. The fact that you're here, that 633 people are here, and the fact that you might mention something to somebody you meet or something, this gives us an information stream that we didn't have 10 years ago. 5 years ago. This is the only way humanity can fight this war, and it's the brilliance of the white hats and the frogs to put us out on the battlefield. But every time you share a post, every time all the things that you're doing you're saving the planet. And I think someday, probably not that long from now, people are going to look back and go, wow, man, how did you do that? I mean, you were in on it back then. It was like, yeah, it could, because there's so many sleeping beauties right now, and we need to wake them up, or they need to wake up. I mean, it's remarkable to me that a person can live in this world and not know the information that you guys all know. Like, it's just, you live with this information. Anyway, keep up the good work, guys. We got this. We're getting close. We're getting close to some big events. I mean, the fact that everything is gearing up in terms of warfare and earthquakes and political events is a very good sign that everything is soon. And WH Grandpa, which could be Mr. T, is saying Friday something's gonna be very clear on Friday. By the way, I may do this broadcast on Wednesday, a little later tomorrow, because I'm going to go to a protest, and I want to go to the courthouse in New York City to see my case. They say that if there are a lot of people there, it will affect the case somewhat. So I'll probably do this morning broadcast by the time I get back, it'll probably be like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon at least. So I'll probably do a late afternoon broadcast tomorrow, and I may do that in a couple of weeks when I go bake to matzah. I'm going to go bake matzah. I may do a late broadcast with that also. But I want to keep up these 2 a day. I think it's important that we're united and stand strong and support each other and keep moving forward. That post, the post that I read from Tyranny, it's time to wake up. But the other post was that they are fighting for their lives, good people in place. So that the bad guys are going down. It's just a matter of time. And we don't know the time. Remember, it's events, not dates. So hang in there, humans. We got this, man. Just keep going. Do not look back. I'm sorry there wasn't a lot of intel. 66 next month. Wow, man. Yeah, I'm going to be, I'm up there. I'm a few years older, but just 2 years older. Santa surfing. Yeah, I got to check it out. I feel younger, man, than ever. I feel, I'm like the best shape I've ever been in my life. So I do not feel like I'm about to be 68. I feel like I'm about to be 55 and getting younger every day. I think ASEA and the LifeWave patches. By the way, I forgot to there's certain LifeWave these patches like the X39, and there's one called Energy Enhancer. I left those on last night on my body by accident. I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, whoosh. I felt like a light bulb. I could feel the energy like shooting through my body. So I took off the patches so I could go back to sleep. But this stuff is powerful. It's not nothing. And we are ascending. We are all ascending. We are losing our sense of ego fear, of ego, living of that sense of like me, and I have to, take care of me. Not and those who are working, those who are on the still completely captured by their ego, by their lower selves. It's not because they're bad. It's just that's the rung of the ladder that they're on, and we have to go through. You have to go through things to go up. Sometimes you have to go down a few stairs just to get the momentum to go up. So keep going, guys. We got this. We'll see it. We'll see it tonight. But tomorrow's meeting will probably supposed to rain, I think, too. I'm always protest. Every time there's a protest, it seems like there's a rain. But anyway, I'll wear my heavy coat this time. I've learned my lesson. For some reason, I always wear light coats to these protests, and I always freeze and have to go home early. But yeah, I'll probably do this later in the afternoon tomorrow. Okay, guys, we'll see you tonight, and may the force be with you. God bless. We got this.